Hello, Dave McConville again here for Grow Nashua, and today I'm going to show you how to direct sow some seeds. Today we have some spinach, which is a cool weather crop that can be planted pretty much as soon as the soil is workable. So we're here today. I'm going to show you two different methods to plant spinach. So a lot of people like to plant their spinach in rows, and if I'm doing that, then I want to first of all, after we've prepared our soil, create a couple of little troughs that the seeds are going to go into, and now we'll have two nice little rows of spinach. See here the spinach seeds, pretty good size, easy to work with. And what we're going to do is we're just going to sprinkle them into our trough. Try to keep them spread out. We're going to have to thin these later because these will be a little too close together. It's hard to get them exactly where you want them. But yeah, so now we have our two little rows of spinach seeds, and then we just take our hand and lightly fill in those troughs, and these spinach are now planted. So the next thing to do is mulching the soil. When you're planting direct sow, you want to put down a light layer of mulch because you want to allow the seeds to come through, but we want to protect the soil. Thank you, Aaron. So we take a little bit of the mulch and we just sprinkle a little bit. This helps to feed the soil. It also helps to protect the soil from the elements, help to keep the soil moist. And you can see I'm not completely burying this, not in like an inch, but just a very, very fine layer. And as the seeds come up and the plants come up, you can do a heavier mulch in between to prevent weeds from coming up, but this is a nice start to our mulching. The second way that I like to plant spinach is to just broadcast it in a small area. So what I like to do after my soil is all prepared is I just kind of make some indentations with my fingers. Just kind of create a little claw. You can see these little indents. And my hope is that the seeds will fall into those little nooks and crannies. Some of them won't, some of them will. But we just broadcast our seeds, not too heavily. And then we'll just kind of do a little bit of a hand rake and cover those seeds. Now most of the seeds will be covered, some will probably not be, but that's okay. And then we go back to the mulching, and we do the same thing, a very light mulch in this case, so that we don't inhibit the seeds from pushing through the soil. It's just a thin layer. And then the final stage is to water these seeds in. Do you mind the watering can? Thank you. A little unprepared. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that. And so very important after we plant to water in whatever it is we planted. So we have our watering can here. We're going to give it a nice soak. This is going to wet the mulch as well, which will help keep that on the soil, prevent it from blowing away. And there you have it, our spinach is planted. Now it's important to keep the soil moist until these plants come up, because once the seed starts to germinate, if it dries out, it's going to die. They're very tender. So keep this moist for the next 10 to